dear. The owls are not what they seem.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, it's right. We're here, and I'm hearing voices apparently, so that's fun.
That's all right.
Nice
Welcome to the Mental Illness Club, Steve.
Welcome to the Mental Illness Hour, where we're just going to spend our time telling you our problems and just venting and crying into the abyss. But
why not?
Seriously, can no one hear that?
I just heard a child. I did. It's real.
Okay, I'm not on drugs. There's a cross wire in the universe. There's some little girl standing behind me or something. It's gonna be crazy. Like, oh no. Oh, but anyway, welcome to. Yep, we'll let that person get ready first before we put them on screen. Okay. We're not going to do that for people. Look, Hetero Tim has managed to survive yet another week of return. How are you, sir?
Good. Back for another week of abuse. So
yeah,
looking forward to it.
Some might say you like it.
Tim. Yeah.
No, we're lovely. We're positively perfect in every way.
They're not at all.
I've been telling people that for years. So
right, yeah, right? Exactly. There's nothing wrong with us. Ain't nothing wrong with us.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Christina? How's things going in your world?
Just fucking peachy, man. It's been I don't know, a badder week, I guess. Is that what they call it? It snowed here, like 5 inches.
Yay.
I can't complain. That was great. In and out.
That's cute. Did you go out and make a little snow angel naked?
My daughter did. No, not naked. I live on a corner. I don't have any privacy. So
well, you've got a corner, so you've already ready. You could do some trade at the same time, girl.
Yeah, you know what? My kids probably could make a lot of money, but not right. I have to get the A-OK from the man,
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No. I need permission from my pimp too.
Yeah, right? Bullshit. I'm able to do what I want with my own damn body.
Look, equal rights and all that kind of thing, right? Yeah, rah, city boo poo poo. How are you, Luke? It's been a hot little minute since we've seen you.
I'm rocking around. So, Steve, are we allowed to announce stuff that we've done yet, or are we going to keep it under the hatch?
Let's keep some mystery about. We'll tease it at the end of the show. We've got some stuff to talk about.
Okay, that sounds nice. Yeah. No, I'm good. I got older, as did you.
Yes.
Yeah, we've hit the milestone now. Like, this is it now. We peaked, and now we're gonna just wither away and die. We're both 40, Steve and I. So it's always nice. I always like to bring a cheery disposition to it all.
I'm ready
for birthday.
Oh, I was going to say, look, and my dog, little Penny, she's very cute, but she's now got this nickname, Piss Flaps, that's just taken on its life of its own. And even my neighbour the other day, the old ladies were hosing a yard. She's like, "Oh, hello, Piss Flaps." So it's cute.
Oh my god!
I don't know that's that cute, but anyway,
it is what it is, mate.
I'm waiting for the thumbs up for our guest. Yep, she's feeling cute. You can tell. Hi, Katie.
Hello.
How are you? You look very studious.
What is this, Katie? Why is your camera the wrong way?
Because I'm on my phone. Because
you can turn it the other way, honey.
Oh, do you want it this way? There you go.
Yeah, darling. There you go. And you're rocking out the 80s high pony.
Cow! Hi, Cow! Hi, Cow!
Say hi, Kyle.
There's Kyle, there's Jimmy's, everyone. We are live.
There's Katie's pussy.
There's Katie's
pussy.
Because you stole the computer.
Oh, okay. Thanks a lot, Kyle.
God, Cow.
Live, just so you know.
Oh, just so you know, mate, too. Katie and I held hands in Salem.
We held hands in Salem, and all Kyle's family thinks I'm cheating on him now.
We went to first base. Ooh.
I've got some really bad news for Carl's family.
I have some news to announce. I am leaving Kyle for a very gay man named Luke.
Yeah. Luke, do you want to tell the
I'm
people
down.
at home?
I'm down.
Do you want to tell the people at home what you were doing this morning?
What was I
did you
doing
run
this
o-
morning?
What did you run off to do before the show this morning?
Oh, I had IPL on my genitalia. As you do.
What's IPL? What the
Explain
fuck
this
is
to me.
that?
It's like, what's it called? Interpolated light. It's like laser.
Laser
hair removal.
Aha.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it
Ow.
stung a little bit on the
Ow.
gooch. You know, like,
Hey,
Ow.
Daniela.
you know that bit
Ow.
of skin between the rectum
taint.
and the... Yeah,
Yes, the taint, yeah,
It stung a bit there. I was like, oh.
Yep. That'll
Fuck.
hurt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
That's me.
the results are going to be worth it. You know,
Oh yeah.
beauty is
Well,
pain.
you gotta look good for our honeymoon, honey.
Well, that's it. And look, I haven't had to shave for like over a month since I've been getting laser.
Gotta
Like,
shave because we're getting
Why
married.
you getting laser on your face?
Yeah,
Just going
I don't want a
very
beard.
Oh.
My friend got
Steve.
laser on her arm.
Steve,
Like.
Steve, I
her
am a
face.
cross dresser.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what's funny,
This is
Luke?
I can
true.
see
is,
Tim's like, do I exit the program
Yeah.
now?
Tell him your stage
I'm
name.
about a month away from my 10-year anniversary with Kyle, and he's getting divorced, and I'm getting married to Luke.
There you go.
Hey,
Look, tell him
Look
your
at me
stage
like-
name.
Yeah, right.
we could be like
What's
Will
your drag
Grace,
name?
but
Luke,
without like,
what is
oh, my drag name, Catherine Astrophe
Drag name.
Catastrophe.
It's going to be an open marriage.
When I read it the other day, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, Katie, I do expect you to see other men, and I expect myself to do the same.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to see other men. I'm not going to see anyone. I'm going to become a cat woman.
Okay,
Become.
so Katie and her pussies. Oh, that'd be a nice little show. Luke, Katie,
Yeah, I'm going
and
to
the
be
pussies.
I'm going to be a spinster. You're going to go see other men, and that's just going to be that.
actually
Okay,
we came up with
listen.
no, wait up. We came up with a great drag name last night
Oh yeah,
for someone. Yep.
yeah. Let's
Jenny
hear it.
Come on,
Warts.
Jenny.
I was actually just having it out with someone on my Facebook, which is why I was late about drag queens. So that was fun.
We're gonna talk
Well, you
about
should have
drag
said,
queens
your
today.
name's Jenny
So
Warts.
we'll save the fury. We're gonna talk about drag queens, but now that we're all, situated about Luke's hairless gooch, shall we begin the show?
Let
Yeah.
us begin this
Let's
show.
do it. Let's jump in.
Hot load of hot topics.
It's never gonna get old, is it?
Look,
It's good
our
till the end of
our
time.
maturity level is like right up here.
All
Right
time.
up here.
All time.
We are so mature. All right, well, let's talk about it since we were already started to talk about it. Good old Tennessee. Good old Tennessee has introduced a ban on, well, let's call it what it is. It's a ban on drag queens, basically. So they're saying that a new law prohibits the performance of entertainers, both male and female, that appeal to apparent interests of the public, or if a minor is present. That applies to both private and public venues.
So you can't even have a drag show at like a wedding or something.
No.
Well, according to
You go,
Like,
Katie.
like I was saying,
well, according to the video I just watched, it applies to everyone. It's just drag queens that are whining about it because they just want to groom children. Are you hearing me, Zach? Fuck you!
Someone's furious today. But so, all right. The idea is that drag queens can't perform in public and da 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 da. So does that mean there's no more strip clubs in Tennessee?
It applies to strip
but
clubs.
kids
It
aren't
applies
going to strip clubs.
It applies to all entertainers that would have the potential to potentially perform in front of minors.
Look,
actually,
in fairness,
But
can I be
hey, it
devil's
doesn't.
advocate?
Can you just wait 1 second? and
No.
pull your microphone up a little bit further. It does say the interest of the public, not just children. So you can't just weaponize children and go, this is for the children's sake.
Yeah.
This is for the public.
If I read things correctly, I don't even think they have full nude strip clubs in Tennessee.
Oh,
No
boring.
wonder they got so many guns.
It sounds
look,
pretty boring in Tennessee, gotta be honest. No drag shows, no full nude strip clubs. Sounds
No
pretty
tip?
boring.
everything should be in context, though, right? Like, if you've got a drag queen at like a fair day or something, they're not going to be doing adult material as part of their act. Like,
See,
right.
you know,
this is the argument I made about
like a
drag
nightclub
queens,
act is going to be very different to performing down at the bingo hall. Like, you know,
Yeah, at children's
you know your
storybook
crowd.
hour. Yeah, at children's storybook hour. Okay, kids, let's sit down and learn about being cunty. C is for cunty.
This is the
B is for
argument
ball
that I have
sack.
been making.
That's not
This
gonna
is the
happen.
argument that I have been making, that drag performers cater their performance to their audience, but apparently y'all are just grooming the children.
Yeah.
Okay?
But it's
Y'all are
like
just
any
grooming
other
the children.
performer. It's like
But
any
there's
other
this big-
performer that has any other sense of their audience. Like if you know you're going to a predominantly modest culture, like touring acts have to change their shows all the time depending on where they go. Like you can't always have your tits out and stuff like that for backing dancers and stuff like that. Stuff changes.
There's also this.
People are not capable of.
There's this big fear, though.
Audience.
Like, you know, the Divinals did "I Touch Myself," and that's a cool song. Everyone loves it. No one cares. Courtney Act performed it like an hour before midnight at 11 p.m. on New Year's night at the Sydney Harbour show for like the New Year's show on national TV, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's disgusting! Oh, the drag queen singing about touching itself and disgusting bloke," and like the venom that come out of people. I'm like, wow! Like, had a woman stood up there and just sang that song, you would not have cared. Like, there was this extra focus on sexualization, and you know what? Like, sorry, Courtney's hot.
But you know what? A father will bring his children to Hooters, and you'll never think twice about it because it's heteronormal and it's totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to take me to Hooters, Katie, when we're married?
If you come back, if you guys come back, I'll take you to Hooters.
Oh, thank you. I'd like some wings and some babes, please.
Their wings aren't that good. I got to be honest.
But like,
The wings are delicious.
That's why I go. I only go for the wings, actually.
Yeah, the wings are amazing, actually. I love
Tim
them.
don't even care about them titties.
I don't remember.
No.
Never. There's just this poor waitress walking around with buffalo sauce covered all over her boobs. She's like, it burns a little.
Back up.
I don't know what's
Back up.
happening. Yeah, need 50 feet for Tim. He's a bit of a
Yeah.
diver. He's a
Wink,
diver.
wink.
But you know,
Like, the argument that I've been trying to make is like, some drag shows have more of a sexual theme, but of course you're not going to perform that at story hour, at the library. Of course you're going to perform that at a bar where it's like 21 and up. And then like I made the argument like no drag queen is going to start stripping for tips. It took them probably like 3 hours to get all tucked and taped in there.
if anything, Luke will back me up, and anyone that's been to a fucking drag show will back me up. The audience are the worst part. The audience think they have carte blanche to grab the performers to do whatever they want with the performance,
And say terrible things.
and then get up on stage and try and like outshine the performers. The audience is the problem. It's like not
I remember
necessarily
I performed at an event. It was a charity event for cancer out at the university, right? So it was during a fun run. So they had different live acts come up, like different musicians and whatever. And I got up and I sang "What I Like About You." Like that was it. And it was just like a rock song. I had a band and like it was just chilled. And because obviously there's children in the crowd, that was the performance. The comments I got after, even from children, were really disgusting. I was like, having people saying like, "Oh, how's it hanging, mate?" and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, I get it. It's funny, but it wasn't said in a funny way. It was said to demean me, and I'm like, really, like, what's your problem? Like, am I making you uncomfortable? So you've got to come at me? Like, I don't know.
Well, you're
people are weird.
Children. You're grooming children. That's the argument.
Oh well, it was a cancer event, so they weren't going to be around for long. So
you'll have to go on you'll have to go onto my Facebook and you'll have to look at this video that was posted. It was like some acrobatic video. It wasn't even a drag video of this guy in like high vinyl boots and like underwear, and he's doing like this acrobatic. It wasn't even a drag show, and I couldn't even tell you if the audience had.
He's wearing girls' boots. Supposedly. He's disgusting, mate. Disgusting.
I don't know, but like the argument was so stupid. It made me late for the show. I was pissed. I'm fired up. Next time I see this guy, I'm gonna throat punch him. I really hope you can hear me.
No, you're coming through fine.
Why don't you share the show to his page or tag him in the comments?
Yeah. You need to tag him in the comments and see if we can get some outrage.
It seems like this bill or law, whatever.
So that's why I'm screaming.
Yeah. Whatever this is seems. I mean, I don't remember specifically where it was or what had happened, but maybe it was a few months ago that there was a big outrage about a bunch of children at a drag show or drag queens at an event where there were a lot of children, and supposedly there was like dildos and vibrators and like just very like sexual
yeah, and see that's fucked.
Nature.
That is fucked.
Right, and so whatever the context of that was, I'm not that makes this bill right. I just feel like this is one of those like rash reactions where we're not going to have that here, and we're going to stop. And I don't think that that's appropriate. I don't think that makes it legitimate. I just feel like that's one of those like kind of rash, coming out against those types of things. But like you said, I think professionals do cater to their crowds, and people who want to see it go to those things. And if you don't want to be a part of it, then why are you going to it? And it all comes back to that, having accountability for yourself and your own actions. And everyone's looking to point and blame somebody else for their issues and their problems. And it's not fair. It's just the whole thing is not fair.
The people who are going to be outraged are going to be outraged. And that's why they're going.
Right.
I can guarantee you
in themselves. So it's,
I can guarantee you those kids that were present, if there were dildos and stuff around, I can guarantee you their parents brought them to a drag show that was not suited for children, and they're like, they're fine. It's my child. I'll do what I want. You can't buy the ticket knowing what the content of the show might be and then have a problem with it. I'm sorry, that's not like. We had this conversation with the restaurant thing. Your child isn't allowed everywhere just because you want them to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
There are spaces that are adult spaces.
There's two reasons there's kids in that audience. One is because the parents knew what type of audience, like what type of show that was going to be, and they're just kind of like, they're probably sex positive and whatever. Or two, they're a conservative parent. They brought their kid to be there just to be outraged and
like more political ammunition type of thing. Yeah, right.
And also, we've got to this is the downside of something like Drag Race now being so super mainstream that people will put their child in front. They go, I want to watch the ladies. So they'll put them in front of the show without actually watching the show, without knowing what it is, because it's become this mainstream thing now. There is 750,000.
It's certainly not a kid's show. You need parental guidance. It's not a kid's show.
Right. It is not a kid's show. And a drag live show is not RuPaul's Drag Race on stage.
Right.
That's not what it is.
Right. I'd say, I think we're a pretty sex positive house. I'm liberal, but I also make choices that I think are I'm not going to bring my kid to a drag show that is very explicit. We use proper names for body parts here. That's what I mean by being a sex positive house. I'm obviously not going to let my kids watch porn.
What a bummer.
Would you take your daughter to a drag show?
I don't. Are you? I say you're asking
Me?
Christina. I don't have
Oh.
answers.
Yeah.
My 3-year-old,
Yeah.
depending on where it was held. I mean, again, like if it's held at the local titty bar, no, I'm not going to bring her. But if it's held at like the park or like a fucking street fair, then yeah, of course. Like, let's go. Like, she's not going to know what it is. And if she asks me, I'll just tell her it's a beautiful woman. So
There you
it
go.
really doesn't
There
bother
you go.
me. Like, I don't care. Like, she can.
And children don't care.
I would definitely go.
Yeah,
Would
she's gonna
definitely
have a
go.
lot of fun. And honestly, my nieces, like, I would, why not? Like, and if they have questions, I will answer them. There's nothing wrong. Like, okay, a simple example, and I hate to do this, but I had to throw my mother under the bus. Sunday we were at dinner, and she said something that like we were talking. I don't know if we were talking about black people, whatever. She whispered the word black, and I go, "Why are you whispering the word black people?" I go, like, it's like so taboo. Like, what is it with the world? Like, it's just so infuriating. Like that again, those elder generations that everything is so taboo.
That was the stuff
like,
they grew up with. Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's the
again,
generation.
like,
They're
like
just
not
not
to,
used to it.
yeah, like just not to like, that they're lesser than at some point, and it's like I hate that. Like I hate
And
that.
I've got
because they're
news
not.
for a
It's
lot
so
of people.
frustrating.
Like any prejudices that your children develop are actually passed down from yourself and from
100%.
what you.
100%.
Yeah, because like kids actually don't care about anything. Like they really don't. Like, everything's just very matter of fact to a kid. It's only when you stigmatize something that they go, "Oh, okay, that's not okay." Like kids don't care. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
my daughter
niece
asked me why does RuPaul look so amazing? I'm like, because it's got lots of money. She's rich.
I mean,
got lots of money.
Just to touch on that fact, I mean, my niece is biracial and they live in Virginia, and I mean, her father experiences a lot of racism. And me, I mean, to be fair, I'm a conservative-leaning straight male from New York, right? So, but honestly, I mean, like, it's one of those things where, like you said, it's passed down. Children are innocent. It's a pure palate, and it's only tainted by people and their stupid, ridiculous, opinions of things that most people don't have a conversation. One of the reasons I like coming on the show is because I do see the other side and I hear about things nobody around me would have normally talked about this drag thing, and because nobody would have known about it or would have cared to talk about it. I was interested to see what you guys had to say about it and hear what the actual law was and what it said, because I want to know more about that stuff, because it's asinine right now, this black and white, not race, I'm talking about right side, left side, hard line down the middle thing that people are afraid to cross and communicate over, and it's asinine. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go from
Tim.
one. We'll go from the
Tim, you're from
horrendous
downstate
nature
New York, right?
Yeah, Long Island. Yeah.
You're an Islanders fan, aren't you?
No, I'm a Rangers fan.
All right, we can still be friends. Cool.
Yeah, no, Islanders, please. That's ridiculous.
I'm conservative too. I am.
We're going across great divides. We're making people angry with drag
We can still
queens.
be friends.
Let's talk about someone else who has made people very, very angry in the last couple of weeks. Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler last week has copped it sweet when she was guest hosting The Daily Show and did a skit titled "A Day in the Life of a Childless Woman," which is basically a send-up of everyone's TikToks and going, "Day in the life of me making a sandwich," and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Now, folks are not happy with Chelsea. Folks are not happy with Chelsea for a couple of reasons. She
I'm never happy with her.
People are never happy with Chelsea, but the first reason is that she used the term childless. She should have used the word child-free.
Who cares?
God, give me a break.
She's like, what? People are like, she's making fun of the people, like the community of people that have issues with having children or have lost a child or da 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 da. It's like, okay, fair enough. I can see you being slightly upset, but that is also your business. But then,
then
let's have a list. Let's have a list of people that wanted to have a go at Chelsea because she is over 40, single, and rich. We have Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, Jesse Kelly. Oh, big surprise. And the fact that the thing that they attacked was not the fact that she was, happy to have a life by herself, is that she is so much lesser than, and she is so lonely and sad and shit because she's not married and didn't have a child. Controversial opinion. I'm going to go full screen. I could think of nothing worse than having a child.
Do you want me to heat up?
Just say it. I am literally saying.
I'm good friend.
Like, people have to make the differentiation between your life and other people's fucking business, because guess what? I'm going to say it till the walls fall down, till the rivers run dry. Just because you love your kid doesn't mean anyone else has to. Okay, they are your life. You have made your decision to define. This is no one on the panel. You have made your decision to define your life as I am a parent, and that is all there is about me. When that kid turns 18 and is out the fucking door, I don't know what you expect from your friend group, your family, whatever, because they'll all be fucking go, shut the fuck up, no one cares. Just because you have chosen to have a child does not make you any better than anyone else that A, cannot physically have a child, or B, simply chooses not to. That's all I'm saying.
I'm triggered.
Trigger away. Trigger away.
Triggered.
Trigger away. Because
well, Katie, I think
I'm actually
Tim, are you a parent as well?
I have two stepdaughters.
So, I think the rest of us could all agree that children are awful, and they've ruined our lives.
I was a camp counselor.
I think I speak for the rest of us when I say, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. I was a camp counselor for like 10 years. I hate kids. I hate these little fucking things.
Terrible. You were just hoping for a guy with a hockey mask to show up in the middle of the night. Who's that? Jason.
But I guess, look, Steve, in seriousness though, it does open the conversation of, it's very valid life choice to remain childless. That's fine. I don't know why there's this pressure of, look, in my lifestyle, I was never expected to have a child, right? I actually got the pushback the other way, you shouldn't have a child. You shouldn't have a child. This was stuff I'd heard a lot of. And I went to great lengths to be a parent because that's what I wanted for my life. And it comes with its own challenges. But I don't look at other people and go, oh, well, you should have a kid too. You should have a kid too. No, it's not for everyone. And it's fine that it's not.
No.
I'm envious of people like Steve. I look at Katrina, I'm like, bitch. I wish I was flying around the fucking Bahamas, with my tits. It's everyone's life is just as valid as one another's.
But this is the point.
Who cares? Who gives a shit?
I originally didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I didn't want kids. Look at me.
But life happens. Life happens, and that's
Katie had a cream pie surprise.
No, Katie got married. What happened?
Yeah,
but if I could get a tattoo on my fucking arm, just says "Don't have kids," it would be a banner.
Your life experiences have led you to be parents, and that's fine. That's valid. That's great. You love your children. You know what I mean? That is great for you, but it is not great for everyone.
Steve, you love my kid.
But people can't.
Debatable.
You can't expect people to just fall in line with what your life experience is. You don't expect that. Of people that grow up as houses of domestic and sexual abuse. You go, oh well, that's just your problem. How weird are you? We're supposed to be encouraging and accepting and understanding. There are reasons why people A cannot and B choose not to have children, and same with marriage, same with finding a life partner. Stuff like that happens. Just because you refuse or you don't sit in the status quo. It's 2023, folks. Like, get with the program. Like, wouldn't you like to? Here's what Chelsea had to say on the matter. This is a day in the life of a childless woman. I wake up at 6 a.m. I remember that I have no kids to take to school. I take an edible, masturbate, then go back to sleep. I wake up again at 12:30 p.m. I get ready for a busy day of doing whatever the fuck I feel like. I put on my most impractical, stylish shoes since I won't be chasing a child around the grocery store. I go to my favorite spot in Paris to grab a croissant. I do a meditation session on the plane since I have no screaming kids, allowing me all the time in the world to become enlightened. The weightlessness of my existence has granted me superhuman powers. I teleport myself back to home. Then I get ready for a night out with whatever hot guy I met on Silicon Raya that morning.
It's complete satire. Why does satire go over so many people's heads?
We're not finished yet. I call up the babysitter and tell her I don't need her since I still don't have kids. Now it's time for a quick workout. So I hit Mount Everest for a quick climb. I invent a time machine and go back in time to kill Hitler. It's amazing what you can do when you don't have when you have this much free time. And that is the day in the life of a childless woman. So obviously,
I envy the first part of that. I just want to wake up, have an edible, masturbate, and go right the fuck back to sleep. Wake up, that's like a choice.
Your time will come. Your time will come, Christina.
I fucking hope. I can't fucking wait. Like, I need another room for my husband to sleep in too. Like, if I get that on the list.
Yeah, you don't want him there.
Every year on her birthday, she gets in a bikini and she skis down a mountain. I fucking love it, but I fucking hate her because she's almost 50 and she looks amazing. Fuck that.
And she fires back. She has fired back. The video is hilarious, and she's like, she, especially Ben Shapiro, she's like, I'm glad I didn't marry because I wouldn't have to find your wife, find a man who can't make me come. And it's like, oh no. And so she's like, I'll go to sleep next to my 9 New York Times best-selling novels and my millions and millions of dollars. I'm like, yeah, fuck them boys. Fuck them boys. Like, why are they so threatened by a successful single childless woman?
They're just
because they can't control her.
Women,
but are they, or are they just appealing to their audience? Like,
the way that they spoke about her is so full of venom and so hateful. Just like,
I kind of like watching Tucker. So, I think he sometimes jumps on a bandwagon of just.
He's lost all of his steam since he got rid of the bow ties. He's a wuss.
Tucker's a cunt.
The bow tie really did it for you, huh?
He lost all of it. Lost the bow ties.
Small dick, even smaller mind. Whatever.
Lost the bow tie, lost Katie's respect. That was it, right?
He couldn't take the heat. He couldn't take the heat with everyone picking on him about his bow tie, so he stopped wearing them.
Because he's such a strong individual. I have such strong personality and such strong opinions, but someone made fun of me, so I have to change everything.
His kids probably told him to stop wearing them.
Does he have kids? Did he reproduce?
Oh God, poor person.
Yeah, he would have.
Poor person.
He has made some woman come at least once.
No, he doesn't.
She doesn't have to come to get pregnant.
Yeah, right. She didn't have to come.
Yes, Tim. Yes.
And by the way, that's in the Republican hetero male handbook that we're all given at birth. So I just want to let you know, if you need me to reference that, I can thumb right through it.
Point of the day. Good work. Good work, Tim. But I don't know if you guys have seen. Patrick Warburton is done apologizing for Family Guy. He says earlier on in his career, he was slightly embarrassed by the heat that the show would take for certain jokes, certain situations, as we know. Family Guy is not a politically correct show, and it never claimed to be. But he says, this is his quote: I used to apologize for being on Family Guy, and I apologize no more because this is a world This world is horrible, negative satire. Everybody takes themselves too seriously, and I think in many ways becomes an overwhelming mess. We need humor in our lives, and we need love and humor and acceptance. It's all rather simple. Which is
Family Guy is one of those comedies, just like South Park, where they go to the extreme. And John Waters did it too, and and that's my kind of comedy. Like, you know, where you're really making people look at their own shit, their own prejudices, and what's acceptable in society, and like really throwing it in your face, and you're like, holy shit, that's shocking. Yeah, it is shocking because we shouldn't be like that, but it's hilarious because they're throwing it right at you, like, you know.
Yeah.
And
not only that, like he plays a handicapped cop. Like he plays a paralyzed cop in a wheelchair. Like, what the fuck?
And he's married to Jennifer Tilly. Like, could life get any better?
This is we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago about the suitability of TV programming, about people are outraged about something, and do you know what the easiest thing to do is? Simply not watch the fucking thing. I mean, it's going into its 20th year of production.
Yeah.
It's not some independent fucking YouTube sensation. It's a 20-year-old animated TV show that's been cancelled 3 times, but it keeps coming back because there is an audience for it, because there are people that do want to go to that level of shock, and, you know, through that shock comedy, that's where learning happens as well. You go, oh shit, that isn't cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's what stand-up comedians do. Like, look at everyone, every stand-up comedian. That's the point.
My favorite episode of South Park was when when they did the WWE satire spoof, and Cartman was playing Bad Irene, who was a 12-year-old addicted to abortions. It was the fucking funniest thing ever. And like all the rednecks that are watching, oh my God, she's gonna have another abortion. Like, it was hilarious. But I don't know how that would fly in today's climate. Like, I don't know.
But this is the point. These shows are hugely popular in syndication. People are still watching them. It's not like they go back and go, oh, we have to get rid of that episode or we'll be cancelled.
Oh, like they did with the poo on Simpsons.
But the Simpsons, even though the Simpsons is has copped criticism, it's going into its 32nd year, and it's been renewed to season 33, 34 and 35, I'm pretty sure. Family Guy is now going into its 20th year. Bob's Burgers is going into its 10th year. South Park is in the 20-year era, or nearly
Bob's
30
Burgers
years.
It's so tame compared to
I know, but I'm just saying, but it's not necessarily a kid's show either.
No, it's not a kid's show.
Just because it's animated doesn't mean it's a kid's show.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying compared to
you're not going to see your kids down in front of.
They're not Saturday morning. They're prime time Sunday night. You know, most children are actually in bed when they're on. So it's much more towards the adults.
But you would happily sit your kids down and let them watch The Simpsons and Bob's Burgers, because they're the purer, more like. Okay,
whereas back when they started, though, people were shocked by it because it was an animated show that had some adult content. It wasn't even that adult.
On Tracy Ullman. She's Australian, right? Is Tracy Ullman Australian? Or am I wrong about
British?
that?
British.
Oh, she's British. Okay, sorry. Close enough. To us over here, it's the same thing. Sorry.
He's like, I can't see it on my flat Earth map.
We're the bad ones that run away from England.
Yeah.
Got imprisoned here by England.
Prison colony, right? Prison colonies, yeah.
That's us.
I'm trying to think, like, the most scandalous thing on Bob's Burgers is probably marshmallow, right?
No, not really. Have you ever seen the episode? The episode where Linda and her sister reformed their high school band?
Oh yeah, that's right.
that's adult. You're like, the song that she sings is all about wanting to fuck her this guy he was obsessed with in high school. I was like, oh, Bob's Burgers is quite subversive with their adult humor, and that's why I love it, because it's like, if you're not ready for the in your face stuff, but the same thing has been leveled at Big Mouth on Netflix, and Big Mouth is not. You
It's not a
you are
kid's
not
show.
to let your
I know.
children. You are not allowed to let your children around
No.
Big Mouth.
Not
It's like,
appropriate
but
at
still, for an adult and for someone that has gone through puberty, you watch that show, you go, oh, they get it. They understand. That show captures that age so perfectly, and I think that once you are past that age and a legal adult, and you're like, you should watch that show. And go, I get that's funny. That's some funny
but think
shit.
about the shows that we were watching growing up, like Rocko's Modern Life and all that. When I
Ren
watch
and
it now,
Stimpy. Woo!
when I watch those shows now, I'm like, what were they letting us watch? That's so dirty.
They were letting us watch Beavis and Butthead. So that
tits.
like
be watching Beavis and Butthead, but I did. I'm so naughty.
Oh, you badass! Yeah, look at you.
She's a bad girl.
Right, what's the next topic? And you can suck my clit and my balls.
How about you suck my balls, Mr. Gason? We're talking about the normalization of things and how, with time, everything becomes normal. I don't know. Does anyone here watch American Idol?
Nah.
Speaking of past
many years.
We're talking about the.
We're talking about Katy Perry having a bit of a moment on one of the most recent episodes.
She's full of shit.
But was she performing for the camera?
Yep, she was performing for the camera, but that guy can sing.
He can sing, but so
he can sing
my
his ass
issue,
off, but she's full of shit.
Yeah, look, it was a bit performative. This guy is a survivor of a school shooting in Santa Fe. So
that guy's
this
the real
came
deal.
out.
She's full of shit.
This came out at the. What I will applaud them is this came out at the end of his audition.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the lead-in story, but knowing what I know about that process, especially with Idol,
I knew exactly what happened.
That's the reason he's on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
told you about when my sister auditioned for Idol and the whole storyline they concocted for her because they came to our town and they put her through the whole audition. She passed, she got the gold ticket, all this shit for the cameras. Then to take it off her and go, oh, she's 4 days too young because she was born on the 4th of July. She had to be 16 by the 30th of June. It was bullshit. God. Like, it was all for the show. It was just for drama. And, like, but, the impact on a child was not nice. Like,
we're talking about it, but for this, we're talking about a much larger impact and a much more serious impact that we are now using. We are now using actual horrific events as reality TV fodder.
Like, because it's all based on a political narrative, right? I mean, that's it. It's like what Vera was talking about her rant. Was it 2 weeks ago about big big industry and networks and all that stuff. No one cares about anybody's needs or wants or whatever. It's padding their own bottom line, and if that's going to drive views on their network because they're either left aligned or right aligned, whatever it may be. They don't care about the people involved. It's ratings and getting feedback of people to fall in line.
For this, it felt like shock. It felt like shock value. It's like
it is because it is well known that Katy Perry consistently votes right leaning, consistently. So her little.
Why does someone who's conservative have to be suddenly lumped in with people who want all these guns everywhere? Like, can't you be somebody who has conservative values and wants to vote Republican but wants gun reform? Like, I don't know, why does it have to be black and white?
Exactly. No, it's not. One's not exclusive of the other. You know what I mean? Like, I can believe one thing about this and then another thing about that, but it's like even nowadays, if you're speaking to another conservative about it and you don't fall in line, it's like, oh, well, you're an asshole. Or if you're black, but
I'm
you're
better
like,
than you.
Oh, well, maybe
I'm more conservative than you are. It's like, calm down.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, me personally, how do I feel about gun reform? Was that posed towards me? Was that fellow? I honestly, I don't know. I don't own a gun.
How do you feel about it?
I honestly, I don't really know because one, I don't own one. I mean, like Christina's father, I know, who's a retired court officer, has a license to hold a gun. My uncle, who I lived with for a long time, was a retired police officer. He has a gun in the house. I never felt unsafe or threatened by anything like that. I think that I am a big believer that people who are criminals, like drugs are illegal, but people still do drugs. So if you're going to break the law or you're intent on breaking the law, you're going to find ways to navigate whatever laws are in place to break those laws. Does that mean that I think that people necessarily should be having, unlimited weapons and ammunition stores and things like that? I don't know. I don't see the need for it. I personally don't see the need for it, so I don't know why you would. But again, I am a big believer in the fact that a criminal is going to break the law because that's what they want to do. And no matter what you put on the books, I think that a lot of times certain laws, again, not even just with guns, hamstrings the people who do follow the laws. So it's like one bad apple spoils the bunch. I'm not saying that it's black and white and it should be this or it should be that. I just think that we're so quick to make a decision based on things that happen that we don't really explore the full realm of that, of the ramifications of those laws that are put in place. And again, just regardless of what we put in place, people are going to break the law.
That's kind of the point. It's very stereotypical of right-leaning voters to have this opinion. That's why we say Katy Perry, to put on that performance, is kind of bullshit. Because
I think Katy Perry's full of shit anyway. You know what I mean? I think that she's one of those people
Katy Perry's there for the dollars. She'll do whatever they tell her to.
She's one of those people that they say sold her soul for her fame, right? Because she came from a very Christian, right-wing family, and now she's very provocative, and it's just one of those things like you don't know who to believe anymore because one day it's this, the next day it's that, and again it all comes back to, like Luke said, who's paying her, who's cutting her to the check, and that's where they go.
I would believe that more from someone a little more progressive leaning is what I'm saying.
Right,
it was something different in the chair.
But also,
100%. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right.
But also, we're going to split it right down the line because we need to move on anyway. People are never going to agree on this. That's part of the problem with America.
I think Tim's view on it is fine.
But I'm going to split it right down the middle. I'm going to be devil's advocate because that's my job. She's more than, she's got freedom of speech. She can be a conservative and still be concerned about gun violence. I think what tipped it over the edge for everyone was her at the end going, I'm scared too. Of what, darling?
Yeah.
You're fine, sweetie. You're fine. And
your kids are never going to see the inside of a public school. Like,
no.
Yeah, right.
Bitch, please.
Girl, whatever.
Bitch,
whatever.
Please. But that guy.
And I can't believe Katy Perry's coming on our show.
I doubt it now. I doubt it now.
I really do hope that guy gets pretty far in the contest because he really can sing. He has a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Had a very
he was born 4 days too late.
Voice.
Yeah. You're born 4 days too late. Doesn't matter how good your voice is.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying he sounded a lot like Chris Stapleton. He sounded beautiful.
Oh, nice.
So he sounds like every other country singer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, based on his background story, though, he's going to get to the final 20.
So,
where he's been and what
should we have some even more sad news, just to really bum everyone out?
I love sad news.
Tom Sizemore.
Tom
Sizemore.
There's nothing sad about Tom Sizemore. Move on.
No, Tom Sizemore is sad. That's the point.
The family have been told to make end of life decisions for Tom. He is out. There is no recovering after his stroke. And you know what? We can be assholes and go, fuck Tom Sizemore and whatever because of whatever.
He's a good actor.
I like Tom Sizemore actually.
He is someone's parent,
Yeah, that's my family. I feel bad for him.
So was Anne Heche, and I've got to stop making fun of that poor bitch.
I can't remove you from the room on my phone.
But she has no power here. Because you have no power
You're
here.
grounded. You're grounded.
All I'm gonna say to you guys though is it's lucky you did not take my fries.
Oh yeah.
Did you see this story? This
What?
week?
I didn't
Right,
understand
yeah.
it.
There is a woman. There is a woman. It's funny. There is a woman who is being
Kind of
charged.
a what the fuck
or
weekly, isn't it?
attempted charge,
Yeah.
of vehicular manslaughter for attempting to run over her partner because he ate one of her fries.
I would totally do
What?
this to Kyle.
I don't think that's what happened at all.
That,
Yeah,
she had a
allegedly,
completely different version.
In a heartbeat.
she has a
On
completely
behalf-
different version, which is
wait.
very
On
dramatic.
behalf of all crazy bitches, it was not just because he ate one fry. Okay? I'm just putting it out there.
20 years! 20 years of fries!
Yeah. Fucking catch me right now.
The fry was
That
the
was
straw
just-
that
that
broke
was
the
just the
camel's
straw.
back.
Yep.
100%.
That's just the last
It's
straw.
20 years. It's 20 years of I'm not hungry, but I'll have some of yours.
Yeah.
It was just
Oh,
the
I don't
last
think
one.
so.
That was
I
it.
Did she
do
run
not
his
think
ass
so.
over or hit someone else
She
or something?
She tried to run.
Why are we
She
laughing
tried-
about this? This is fucked up.
This is what the world has
Because
come
it's
to. And
relatable.
of course,
That's why.
of course, it happened in Australia.
Oh.
Oh, it was in Australia.
This is Australia. Yep.
Oh, yeah, because he was saying he shouldn't have eaten the chip. Yeah, chip. Should have.
All right, Mr. Finn told the court he made the mistake of asking for and getting a chip from Miss Harrison's chicken and salad pack while the two were in her Subaru traveling north on Adelaide's busy Melbourne Street on Sunday
Australian story
afternoon.
I've ever heard.
I shouldn't have asked for the chip, Mr. Finn told 9 News outside the court. I had a chip. She pulled over and asked me to get out, which I would believe. You know what I mean? I would believe. Get out. So she says she denies the allegations and claims that she had come to pick him up because he was unwell. She said she was taken to the hospital, but on the way he had assaulted her in the vehicle, making her stop and let him out of the car.
I believe her version.
Miss Harrison's duty solicitor says she was not intending on harming Mr. Finn, but accidentally hit the accelerator while trying to do a U-turn on her way to notify the police. She tried to run this fucker over. I don't care what anyone says. She tried.
Listen.
He pissed her off. Whether it be a fuck. Look, do you know what I think it is?
I know exactly what happened.
He was unwell. He was drunk. She went to pick him up. They got food. He took her chip. She's like, get the fuck out of the car. Tried to drive away, and he stumbled in front of the car. That's what's happened.
Yeah, right.
That is definitely what's
But
happened.
you know what? I think they could just break up because I don't think it's ever going to be okay between the two of them. If they're running each other's asses over chips and shit, just end it, guys. I don't think you need each other. It's not working.
If your cars can handle hitting wallabies and kangaroos, it can probably handle hitting a dude, all right?
Yeah, but the
Depends on how
dude
many
can't
fries
get
it's got.
handled getting hit by a car. What the fuck? It's not about the
I
car.
find it hysterical that
No, Christina, have I told
What, are you worried about a car? What the fuck? Car.
This bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not marrying you now, bitch.
When I picked them up from the airport, they were just so fascinated by the roadkill on the side of the road, like the raccoons and the squirrels. And I said, don't you guys have roadkill in Australia?
We do, but they clean it up. They clean it up pretty quick.
Oh.
Yeah, like you
I
have
just
like
can't
a
believe you-
massacre.
I can't believe she was living in Australia driving a Subaru. I find that to be the most hilarious part about it. That's amazing. That you guys actually drive Subarus. I didn't think anybody except Christina's
You
husband
used to
drove a
give
Subaru.
Subarus away on the main event. On the main event, wasn't the Subaru the car you'd win?
Yeah,
You can
I
get
think
it in
it
a claw
was.
game at a Chuck E. Cheese.
The Subarus are for the
That's how
suburban,
Joey got
Subaru
his-
Liberty.
mums.
It was a Subaru
Subarus are
Liberty.
for the suburban mums because they need 4-wheel drives in the suburbs for some reason.
Yeah. Well, my mom drives
Yeah,
a Subaru.
yeah.
Usually white.
Yes, oh yes, right.
Usually
Yeah,
white
and your
ones.
mom.
Usually white.
Yes,
Subarus.
white Subarus, yes. Absolutely.
Well,
We are still getting married whether you like it or not.
Luke, we can
But
have an
look,
affair.
wow,
It's fine.
wow.
Don't worry about it, honey. We'll have
I'm
an
going with
affair.
Christina.
From one
She ain't
food
gonna kill my
related,
ass.
one food related
Don't
drama
worry me.
to another food related drama. Oh, not drama. This is a food feel good store. story.
Oh boy.
Foo Fighter, an
Oh, I love
all-round
this story.
amazing dude, Dave Grohl, showed up and fed over 500 people for 16 hours as part of a charity fund run. Come on, Dave Grohl. Could you be like a better dude? It's
I
like,
wonder how big his dick is, you know?
are you? Yeah, I know, right? Is he the package, literally? Dave,
I wonder
come
how
on.
well he can take a Subaru.
And
I
this,
heard they
this
shut
was
him down because he didn't have a permit.
this was but this was not so. This
Really?
was nothing planned. Nobody knew that he was going to show up. He just showed up out of the blue and was like, "Hey, let me help out." He was there for 16 hours. He slept in his car in the car park while they had nothing to do, like while they were smoking meat. He did not leave. He didn't diva out. He didn't do any of that kind of stuff. He was there and supporting, which is an amazing thing in a time where we see celebrities doing charity work for visibility. I love it when I hear these stories of like people like Joan Rivers who did amazing things for charity, but because she didn't do it in the public eye, no one knows about it. Do you know what I mean? I that's the kind of
Because
celebrity.
she did it for a
that's what we
legitimate
need more
reason.
of.
Because she wanted
Yeah.
to do stuff. Didn't want the
Yeah.
accolade and
That's the
Did
kind
you
of
ever
celebrity
see,
we need more of.
Did you see Studio 666, the Foo Fighters horror
No,
movie?
I didn't. Never watched it.
It just kind of cracks me up because they mentioned that he likes to barbecue in the movie, but in the movie he's a terrible barbecuer, and
There you go.
it doesn't.
I
it
still
doesn't
want to
end well
see
for
that
them.
movie.
It
I
was
still want to see
hilarious.
that movie.
I miss Taylor Hawkins.
All right, we're gonna end on a
Well, I was going to say we can't have a Vera's vent because we don't have a Vera.
But I've still got stories. I've still got
I mean,
stories.
I can go.
So,
I can go on the drag queen thing a little more if you need
it's all right.
someone to go
I've
off.
still got stories because I
tired
want
of
your
this shit.
opinion. I want your opinions on. I
Delivery
want your
girl.
opinions on this. So we've just had the SAG Awards, right? Screen Actors Guild Awards, full of feel-good moments. Brendan Fraser, yes. Michelle Yeoh, yes.
We
awesome.
love-
Jamie Lee
We love us
Curtis,
some
yes.
Brendan Fraser.
I still can't get
How
through the whale,
about-
man.
How about
Don't
the most interesting moment? And I think
Oh,
it
you're gonna
smells
go
like-
there, aren't you?
It smells like PR gone wrong. But
Oh, I know
Mark
what you're doing.
Wahlberg,
Yep.
Mark
there you go.
Wahlberg, handed out the award for best ensemble cast for a movie, which was won by I always get this wrong. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Which is a
Great movie.
predominantly Asian American cast, Asian cast. Now, the interesting thing about this, it has brought to light. I don't think that they intended it to, but it has brought to life Wahlberg's, shall we say, sketchy past with racial crimes,
Yep. You don't have to
hate
mince words here,
crimes.
bud.
They are literally. He literally has assaulted on one occasion 2 Asian American men and
Vietnamese.
Oh, was he
Vietnamese,
doing
that's
Romper
correct.
Stomper? Was he doing
back
Romper
in the
Stomper?
day when he was the bad boy, getting his
Oh,
cock
yeah.
out and stuff like that. He was also a bigoted fuckwit. And now cut to him doing this, but also appearing on like Good Morning in America on Ash Wednesday with like the ash on his forehead and saying that he believes that his religion shouldn't be persecuted and da da da. Does that smell really bad to anyone else?
Well,
Like,
he's
does
always
that-
been
you
Grown
guys
as a
follow him?
person. Like, you know,
Like,
the shit
he's
we all
always been
did when we were
pretty,
young. Not that
outward about
racism
being
and beating
Catholic,
people's
though.
okay. Like,
do you guys
I
follow
think
him
people
on
do
Instagram?
grow.
No.
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 He really I mean, from what I get, like he's a great family man. Like he's really into his schedule and his gym. Like from what I've seen, it's been a while since I've actually like come across.
He's got
him
them
on
good
Instagram, but I
cake
do
too,
follow
eh,
him.
Christina?
Like, yeah, he's got it. Like I can see it. Like, you know, like he's an actor. He plays a great douchebag, right? But in real life, like what you see again on Instagram, it looks like he's a great like family man and family oriented and all that
Probably
shit. I
sorted
don't
his
know.
shit out.
I think on Ash Wednesday it was that there was an advertisement on my TikTok feed about he came out with an app, like a prayer app, and like you could download it, and it's like him like teaching you prayers and doing prayers and a prayer
I'm Mark
schedule and that
Wahlberg.
whole thing. So
Is
yeah,
it in a really thick Boston accent?
yeah, you gotta put, we're gonna get together, pray about God and things like that, and then we're gonna go sit in the car and have some fucking fries. Well, how do you like them apples? Oh, sorry.
I really hope.
Damon.
I really hope
sorry about
there's
that, sorry.
pop-ups. I really
I
hope
forgive
there's
you.
pop-ups in that prayer app for Wahlburgers.
Yeah. If you're really hungry, ask God to bring you to Wahlburgers.
Corinthians, verse 7, passage 8. Would you like fries with your Wahlburger? It's like,
Steve, I'm pretty sure Marky Mark filmed a music video for the old Nightmare games. Remember the Nightmare games you get on VCR, on the VHS tape? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did a music video. That's going to be my after show. I'll link it in the comments if it exists.
I just think it's a bad, like, it's PR. It's obviously PR, but is that good PR?
Did you think it was a bit too obvious?
To remind
he wasn't
to remind
subtle
people
enough.
that you performed racially based hate crimes in your past? Is that something you want to remind people of?
I don't think it was. I don't think it was PR. I don't think it was planned. I think it was just really bad timing.
Yeah.
Who
it was delicious. I loved it. I thought it was great. This is fucking hilarious. And TikTok are like, I'm like, yeah.
If his publicist planned that, he fired that.
That
backfired.
Yeah, that is not
royally.
good publicity. That is not good publicity.
That is not good.
They say any publicity is good publicity. That is not good publicity.
Why would you want to dig that up? No one's talking.
I know.
No
just like, hey, I was racially, Vietnamese people, but also was hurling the N-word around freely for many years. You know.
No.
Many years.
I want to say it was just like horribly coincidental, and it's just terrible.
I think he's
he has that good boy. He has that good boy image too. Like, what's his name? Like fucking Matt Damon, who thinks it's still okay in 2018, 2019, 2020 to call people faggots. It's just like, yeah, okay, cool. You guys are well educated. Thanks. Good work.
No.
And to have your child, you're an international movie star and filmmaker. To have your child have to tell you that it's not okay to use the word faggot anymore is not okay. Like, you are out of touch. You are out of touch. But someone who is always in touch, we're going to leave on a feel-good note. If you didn't see it, the award winner for Lifetime Achievement was Sally Field. And it was the biggest feel-good moment in the world. Andrew Garfield presented the award because he played Spider-Man. She played his Aunt May. And it was like the sweetest, most pure moment. And she's like, oh, my struggle, but my struggle is nothing compared to any of you and like the majority of in the room. But everyone struggles and we have to push through and da-da-da. I'm like, see, that is the way of going, yes, I had a hard time, but my hard time doesn't negate your hard time. It doesn't make it any less anymore. She is someone of an elder generation that understands that things progress and people have life experience, and that life experience, informs the rest of their career and their outlook. And she has managed to stay with it, obviously, because of her children, and she lives in a very modern world with what has happened with her children. But it's great to see someone of her caliber and someone of her generation just be like, yo, I had it hard, you had it hard, work hard, and you can have a great life. And,
we like
your
her.
dreams can
We really
true.
like her.
I love a bit of Sally Field. Yeah, we do really like her. I do like her. Tell you who else we really like? We really like Katie Underwood. And Katie Underwood was on the show this week. If you haven't already checked out our little video with Dance Diva Supreme, Miss Katie Underwood, you can go back and check it out on Uncensored Radio on YouTube or on our Facebook page.
Or Spotify or Apple iTunes.
Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff. We do have a hot load of stuff coming at you. We've got celebrity interviews, a couple of them coming up. Ooh,
I'm actually standing them up now. Whoops.
Yeah, we're standing up these celebrities. We're not interested anymore. But we have let it slip that we are going to the beach. some point very soon. So
We are
break out your
sometime in March.
Break out
This
your
month.
red bathing suits. That's all we're gonna say. Break out your red bathing suits and get ready to
Stand
step
in the
into
darkness.
the light. Yeah, step into the light. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. Of course, next week we have the premiere of Scream 6. So Uncensored Horror will be tackling Scream 6. We might give you a couple of days or a week or so to digest what happens and let us digest what happens. But Uncensored Horror will be coming back with you soon. We might even throw in an assigned seating soon and talk about some movies that people love. So if you have, oh, hey, we haven't done a round table in a while either. Let's do one of those. Yay! Let's do the whole heap of shit. So
Let's
if you're
get timbers on.
interested in anything,
Let's just do some shit.
if you're interested in anything, we've probably got it covered for you. There's over, I think last time I looked, 1,100 hours worth of audio shows available through Spotify and streaming.
Sorry,
you can
world.
You can go
Sorry,
back and hear us say some potentially offensive things. But
Potentially,
until next week,
definitely
we
offensive.
will say some. We will say, yeah. Look, well, it's uncensored radio. Get with it, people. Until next week, we will see you, and live your life uncensored. Bye. And you know what really chaps my ass? After all those weeks of Christina complaining about the titles, now I've got to go back and put fucking Tim in there.